Hello, how to handle stress during an interview? It's a $1,000,000 question. There is no good answer. And I'm not, to start with, I must tell you that I've not been great at this personally. Right? So here we are. Uh, Sometimes it's the artificial physical body tics work brilliantly. Drink some water, take a deep breath, pause, figure out. Very often, stress during an interview is based on our expectations and our performance and not being able to pause during the interview when you face a barrage of questions. Then it is probably good to just gather your thoughts. So it's a very tricky question. You say, look, can I just gather my thoughts? I just need 10 seconds to think about it. Don't blurt out an answer. Very often our tongue engages while our brain is still not activated. Avoid doing that. And say, look, I just want to pause, take stock, and then answer. That is completely fine. You have to have a bag of tricks that you can fall back into. Pause, listen, think very actively. Say, look, I just want to take some time. Drink some water. Take a deep breath, and then go into your answer. These things really work. These are the bag of tricks that I wish someone had told me, because I was frequently rushing into answers without processing them. And very often my answers were brilliant because they were spontaneous and they got them. I got the crux of the issue, and it was very clear that I was not, it's not a made up answer, it was spontaneous. But too frequently, for my own comfort, they were just off kilter, and I would get caught in a swamp of random discussions which are not particular to what was being said. So this idea of pause, taking stock, that is very important. The other category of how to handle stress during an interview comes during what is called a stress interview, where they go out of their way to stress you out. And this has happened very recently. One thing which I was actually, when I heard the questions, I was super peeved. One type of stress is saying, look, your degree is useless, and I don't think we should be selecting you. The other thing is, all you people are like this. So this was racist. It was rude. It was kind of statement that I made, which in an office setting would get you fired in a week. And they're asking this to a 22-year-old, 23-year-old interview. I think it's completely uncalled for. And completely uncalled for. You get such an interview, grin and bear it. Don't lose your steam. Don't lose your cool. It's incredibly tough when somebody is out to attack you. Once again, pause, take a deep breath, smile, and say, okay, these guys are out to get me. Let them have their fun. I'm also going to enjoy it. I'm going to smile away so much that it irritate the hell out of them just having tried to provoke me. So it is incredibly difficult to be unruffled when somebody is going after you and makes it personal. Personal within a context, I understand. Sometimes within that kind of stress, sometimes I think there is some small value in seeing if the person can stand up and reply, saying, look, if Infosys, you do regular job and claim to have transformed India, I don't think it's worth our while to select somebody from this entire industry. Okay, fight back. Say why the industry is meaningful. I understand that. All you engineers finish engineering and then you come back and do an MBA. It's a waste of an engineering degree, waste of an MBA degree. Why would we want to select the 114th engineer here? Again, I'm expecting you to argue and smile and retain your composure. I understand that. Everybody from your town is an idiot. That's racist. That's bad. That doesn't uncover anything. It's a out of the way attempt to ruffle some feathers. And that is happening. And I don't know why the IIMs or whoever it is, they're not being more prudent about selecting their panel. The environment of taking joy in randomly putting somebody under pressure is amped up. In case you turn out to happen to be in an interview like that, smile away to glory, pause, fight back when needed, but with a smile. I don't think so, sir. I don't think everybody in my city is an idiot. There are quite a few exceptions. I may not be one myself, but I know quite a few who are smart. To tell you what, I know that sometimes we get stereotyped like this, but that's not really the case. That's fine. So you have to find reserves where you get some more composure, having a big smile on your face and having a perspective saying, look, this is a 20-minute interview. They're not going to rubbish me out of my self-worth in that 20 minutes. Finally, those of you who have had the misfortune of sitting through that, quite likely the panelists are idiots. And so we exalt some of our panelists to positions of great intelligence and wisdom. Some of them just don't know how to interview. So it is not any reflection of how much you are capable of or what you are worth. Don't let a poor stress interview. I don't really believe in stress interviews per se. I think that's not a great way to test a 21-year-old, 22-year-old. But having said that, there is some merit to it. Frequently, it is overcooked. And I think the panelists need to be far more savvy or mature than to find this as an avenue to test out a candidate. So if you've been through that, then please keep in mind it is no reflection of what you are, what you are capable of. It is just that either the panelist was in a bad mood or has got a bad idea of what it is to test in an interview, or they're plain just not just at the very least they don't know what they are supposed to do. And so don't take this as an indication of what you are capable of. And that's super important. Don't lose your confidence or your wit or your personality just because you've been through a stress interview. Don't let one experience color what your belief is for your subsequent interviews. Right? So wear a big smile going in, be at your confident self, gear yourself up, and then say, look, it works, it doesn't. I have 100 other things to do. Right? Best wishes.